Welcome on board, everybody. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. At least today, I can call it off, but I wonder what kind of off. You know, for myself, off is like when I take a remote control and I am there, just enjoying myself. Let me put this computer into charging here, then we continue. Otherwise, I am good, and I hope you are good. Busy as usual, doing things that are profitable for this life and the life to come. You know, last time I was shopping, I got a doubt because I've been buying pears, sonda, and I thought like, maybe there is one thing I don't I have a problem with buying. When I buy something for a while, then I develop like some thoughts. Why should I keep on buying this thing? Have not these people just created it like the way I can create it by myself? Should I try to, and you know, because I'm not a pear, I don't like eating pears, especially these, I think these pears are from these conference pears are from the Netherlands. I'm not fan of pears anyway. So I decided to buy some pears, and I wanted to try on whether I can get a good juice out of pears. So that I'll be comparing whether to buy pears or, because these juice you buy always, and you know when you are teenagers, when you have teenagers, sorry, they are always they're hungry of sugar. They love and then because they are active, you know, they need to drink. They cannot live with water. They are not grown in that world. As we did not have, we used to drink water, and if we are very lucky enough, we could get access to some milk. That was the only choice. And with me here, I have some 6 pears. I have a jerrycan here. This is very common. This is something that you use here like during summer to make sure the children and the old people who have problem with drinking, to make sure that they drink. So because I have teenagers, that's why I have this one. And then I found it a little bit good, because like this one, I normally use it just to put their morning juice. Because imagine my son is turning 14 years, and he have not even started drinking tea. He's just that small baby, the small child that drink juice in the morning. What a life. Imagine if we get access to such lives, drinking juice in the morning. And we started drinking tea as early as below 10 years. In some families, milk was a problem, you know. So the parents had no choice. They had to cook a lot of tea. That is what you take, and we have survived. Anyway, I want us to peel these pears. Then we are going to remove the seed want to check my camera is working. I hope that you people, you are getting me clearly. So I bought them when they are ripe. I've kept them until they are ripe because I believe that pears should produce juice when they are ripe. I have problem with peeling. Let me peel with the natural knife. Maybe it will be easier than the modern knife. You know. As I wrote to you, my guys' Facebook family, I was in the church almost like I was in the church as late as a minute to 2 at the night. Then I slept a bit. 6:30 I was up because I'm concerned on how my sons. I always like to check on them because for them even to get that energy to be able to sit and concentrate in the school, I have to push them to see that they get a good breakfast. I do my part, not just telling them to do their part, and I am not doing my part as a family, as a parent. So we always sacrifice ourselves. So I wake up to cook some porridge. One will have porridge. So I woke up to cook some porridge, and their father was working. So I woke up to make some coffee for him and I. So it's our habit, even like when one of us is off, we normally, once in a while we can decide, we can just decide that one gonna sleep if you feel like you are very much fatigued. But we always have this tendency of eating breakfast together. Because I always love to wake up and I bless the day for my family, because I am a mother or a parent. You are not just a parent, a guardian. You are a teacher, you are a pastor, and that pastoral part, I think I need grace, because there was a time I was teaching Bible to my children, and it had been a while since we had that Bible, because the day I thought I could be teaching them the Bible. That is the day that you have a Bible study on Saturday. So, and the 5 days they are at school. So I think it's a challenge to the main church that we should have international Sunday school or church for this from junior to teens to young adults. I think if you are below, like between 17, here in Sweden you are not an adult unless you are 25 years. So, and between 25 and 35 years you are counted as a young adult. So you are counted as you are not a complete adult. You are still in that age that is sensitive. you're in that age that need a lot of support, because that is the age that many many are new in marriage between 25 and 35, and this is the time maybe they have their first or their second child, so there are so many things they don't know, and so at that age also is a challenging age which somebody need a lot of support, because not everybody manage to decide your career like Are. Some they get into their career when they have already passed over 30, and they may be having some challenges, family, career, so it become too much. So that age is very sensitive. So, and I thought that we have lost ourselves. In old days, there are some things I enjoyed about the old days. That there was this somebody passage. There was this passage of age. There was this thing of guidance and counseling that we are given by men and women who have passed that age you are, and I think that one was very helpful. But today people, they think that everything that you need to know, that you have to go to a professional. I have come to realize that professional. I don't know whether you have you people you have ever been in, and that's one thing people they don't understand. When you go to a psychologist is not your career is not to fix people's problem. That is not what, because so many people they come to psychologists with a lot of expectation that this person is this career is meant to fix my problem. Those people are not problem fixer. They don't fix problem. One thing I want to tell people, if you are looking for psychological or guidance, even in the matters relating to family, with family issues, marriage issues, these people are not, remember, like when we are talking about somebody who is in the department of socionom, you are working under, there is so many laws, like in West nations. I don't know about other nations, but there are so many laws, because it's a government in another way. So a couple may come and they think that, but I wish this marriage councils, I wish, that is my own opinion, I wish that these marriage counselors and councils, they are there to solve the problem that are in marriage, but they are not there to solve, they don't solve the problem. And it's the same thing with psychologists. A psychology is there to help you and to guide you on how you can solve your problem. Nobody can solve your problem. It is you. One thing you must be willing. You must be willing. Because you can seek help from marriage counselors. But you and your partner, you are like God and devil. And then these people, they have, I may be even willing to help you. But remember, I am working under there are some laws, and I don't know how I can translate this, because in the nation that I live, there are rules that are like, these are law, it is there. They are categorized in 3. And there are some other, although they are powerful as law, but they are not in the same level as law. But they are as powerful as law. You cannot ignore them. And when you work in some of these professional, you are working in a way, you have to take it in consideration. You have to listen to, because most of the people they come like marriage problem. Most of the people they expect this professional to side with you, or to have sympathy. Yes, you may be the one that is very hurt and very damaged. But remember, this professional is not supposed to work in a way like he's doing kind of favor to you and ignoring the other partner. So you are, as a professional, you are in between. You cannot side with who and who, because it is not what law is stated. But there are so many people they expect, oh, it's me who is. And you remember when it's come like this case of, because some cases, they may go back. Some cases like when it's come like, some cases they may be brought even to those professionals, and it's become not now their case. They have to handle it to the police, or they see this matter is it does not belong home here. It belongs to the court. And so this is not some of these professionals, they are very, you take a very, they are challenging, because many people, they will leave your office heartbroken, and it's because they don't understand. They are coming there expecting you a favor and you to sympathize with them. But they don't understand that you are working in a professional way. And like when it's come to marriage cases, most of the things that like people in West nations that are there as socio-norm or family guidance to settle family matters, they are most are there to see that the children, no matter what. So like when it's come like they are even children, they don't care about you two adults. And that's why you see the government will always offer a judge, even when it's come to a case court, to handle, to a judge is offered free of charge in charge of children, because the government, there is some points which here we don't understand, but that is my own opinion. The government, they don't want the responsibility of these children. That is what I have understood the whole thing. The government government does not want the responsibility of these children. So they work hard to force you people, yeah. You are quarreling and it's like you cannot solve your problem. Okay. Okay. Now when it's reached there, that is when you get the little color. Like when you start, and that's why you see people starting cases and ending up in poverty. Because they don't think. They don't think. Even these magistrates are not there to sympathize with you. They are there to collect what you have. Because even though this divorce, what do you see they end up with? They will tell you now, because I can see that you cannot cooperate, you cannot agree. The solution that will come even with this advocate is now you and your wife, you and your husband, you cannot come in good time. What do you have? We want papers what you have. That is all they are interested. Because from what you have, you think they are there to help you, but they are there to earn money. They are there to work. They are there to grab what you have. And that's why I tell people, when it comes to marriage and you start exercising your power and showing that I have money, I can pay a judge, or whatever they say. I'm telling you, some cases which you could have thought and think about it. You may realize that even some families, some silly men and women that they don't use their head. Before that case ended, they have lost a whole house like over 10 million. Because these court cases, they cost. And I'll tell you, even in West nations, only the government judge which is there to see that the government is not left with the burden to cater for the children. That is my own understanding, how I understand things. The government are not there to defend anyone. You two, like the two adults. The government is there to see that we don't want to be left by these people with the responsibility of taking care of these children. So they wait for you to fight, and then at long last they come with a strategic. Now you have two children, or you have this number of children. Now we have decided, according to the traditions, according to the law, this is what happened when people divorce. The responsibility of the children will still be there. Because they have to take care of the law, but they have to go as per law, and they have to go as per traditions, because most of the case they have solved those cases before, so they follow the same system, unless you are wise. And that's why I do tell people, when it's come to marriages or family matters, it's no help to start. It's like property cases. It's not a good game to start fighting for this. Because even the things that you may be fighting for, you may end up losing it. In that court case, you may end up losing everything. Because all the money will go to these people. But you went there to seek help. And that is your own understanding. These people are happy when there is war. There is fight somewhere. That's the time they are earning. That is the time their salary increase. And I don't know how many years it will take for people to understand this. That these things of starting police, of starting battles, family battles, it does not end good. It costs. So don't, it's not good to start those battles. Anyway, I don't know where that one came from. That I think it was just by the way, but it's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know that those are silly games. Now we are, imagine even the pears, they have water. They are producing a lot of water. Because I've been buying pears juice, and I thought that how long will I do like, how long will I tolerate buying pears juice? And sometimes, you know, it is good to take even things that you know how they have been made. And I realized because even the juice that, because we always make juice and drink them, so I don't even have to buy that other sugar that I had for preservations. Then I think the next video that I'm going to make, I realized that the apple sauce that I always, or the apple jam, it is called the apple jam, that my son always take his porridge with, is finished. So I have to, I'm telling you, these pears, they have removed, they have a lot of water. Wait, you're gonna see how much water they have produced. That's what, because some of these fruits are not good in eating them. So it is very good, like, if you are not good apple eaters, try to do this apple, try to make some juice. And like, imagine like the way Africa, we are blessed. We have the sun, we have the fruits fresh. If there is something I do live with when I go home, I always make sure that everywhere I go, in every tropical nations, that I drink this fresh juice that are squeezed from the fruit. They are so, for me, they are like gold because I don't find them here. So, and I'm so grateful that I have some people, sometimes they take care of me. They work and they always make sure that every day I get fruits when I'm at home. So I'm so grateful that they understand the kind of life that I live here. Let me show you how much water. I don't know whether you can see how much water these pelons are giving. A lot of it, a lot of water in it. I think now I'm going to add sugar, and it's stated here. It's stated. Am I just cheated? I'm sure they are written. What company is this? Not even written where it's come from. Oxford.c. It's even our written our capital city. Man, Oxford. Next time you should. I think I'll start with the water so that I go with them, because this is 1 liter. I did it in my own fashion because I did not even remember that some people they would love to know how much this pellets weighs. And I drew the receipt. I don't know whether I can get the receipt here. We could have checked. I cut it the receipt. But I think that pellet was about 1 kilo. Because 1 kilo was costing 19 crowns. We have 1 liter. And I wonder how many liters are these if they are not 3. Those are 2 liters. We are going to make it. Let's go with, you see whether we are going to make 3.5. The water is still, there is a lot of color. There is, if you see that your juice is still thick and it have a strong color, you can continue adding more water. That is one thing you can that is 4 liters juice, and the color is still beautiful. I want to taste how much sugar does natural pears have. I'll tell you whether it says something. Yeah, kind of. It looks like those pears were sweeter. I hope that it will not, the juice will not be poured. Then we have put 4 deciliters of water. It always counts that when you have 100 ml of water, if you are not, because you are making juice, you are going to dilute it with the water. But if you want to make this juice and not to add water, you drink it as a fresh water without diluting it. You should not put, because if you are not going to dilute this juice, 1 liter of water should go with 2 deciliters of, or 200 ml of sugar. That is very normal sugar. And I am not thinking of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was supposed to put 8 because it was 4 deciliters of water, but I prefer to give it time to see whether I need to add more sugar. You know, I try to balance I always like every juice that you buy, even if they tell you that it doesn't have natural sugar, they have not something which they called, what do you call it? Because I know it in Swedish. Should we translate and we see what is the name of it? Sortning medel. We translates svenska och engelska. Sortning medel. Sortning medel. Sortning. Man. Sortning medel. It's a fake translator because it's giving me very funny translating. You cannot translate some of these things, it does not. Swedish and English is not direct translation. You translate, you get very funny thing. It's I don't know whether it's a correct word that it's called sweetener. I've never had and I've never thought of it. But you know, this thing is in powder form. I know many of you know what I'm talking about. There's still some argument about it because science is saying that this thing is not as safe as they used to treat us. And it's like the ministry, there is an argument between Ministry of Health and the science. And when it's come to that, I believe in those people who work in those science chemistry lab. I know they know what they are saying. I know they know what they are saying. So I believe in science people than the Ministry of Health. Because there was even some research that came out from one of the Brazilian universities, and there is a big argument about it. But I tend to support science people. Because those guys, I know, they have started books. They have started books very well. They know what is mixed and what is what. We don't know. It's like this mokorogo that many women. I don't say this to scare women, but this powder you apply, is it which color is this? Which color is this? The brown powder, you know, the one you use as sponge and you apply. Do you know that thing? It contains do you know that these placentas, which women they are taken after you give birth? Do you know when you ask those people who are in that chemistry, it is not stated in that thing that it have that thing, because there is something. It's like the ketchup. The ketchup, it have an ant which is killed to give it that color it have. And there was a time I was not eating ketchup. I'm not very good of eating ketchup, but I think about it because I have a workmate, and his sons, he work with those things, and he have another friend who they work in the same department, but he choose to do research on food, and this workmate's friend son, he do research on other things like you can the things that we use. I think I don't know whether he do research on things that we use to, the detergent that we use to clean at home. But when you see with those guys, and him, he choose not to go to the food because he told me sometimes if you are dealing with such kind of things and you want to eat, it may be difficult because you know all of it. You know what is contained. You know that what is written in the package. There are some details that are ignored, and you feel like, okay, so there are too much things that we use in this world. We don't know what we use. When you just ask those chemistry guys, I'm telling you, even they're strong that their heads are still sober. Anyway, we are still, let us taste our it's sweet. It's even sweeter than the way I thought. So you see, even I ignored that if I had put 8, for me it was too much. I know the kind of sugar I can hold. I'm very good on that I'm very sensitive. I know the maximum sugar I can. And my body, it tend to stay stop now. I don't need more. And I don't know whether we are going to take this jerry can to take the juice directly through in this jerry can, or we are going to use, it depends on, I had determined this like I thought that they were not strong enough. I think we had the good thing with, I don't even understand how cruel these people are, that they came up with such kind of things. And there is something I just wanted to talk as we are making this choice. You know, I like thinking, and I thought that I still don't know the truth. I heard that the United Nations is having some of its headquarters in Kenya. Now, I think it's a good idea if we have some good women and good men who are good thinkers. Because we should think like this. The first time these white people came to our nations, they came to colonize. Yes? There was good thing and there was bad thing. But make sure the second time now they are trying to settle, they are not coming to take it. That they'll meet men and women who are sober-minded and alert to try to get what they have, to try to hold what they earn within our boundaries. That we surround them with the things they want. We open business. Now I hope that there are wise women and men who have started thinking and doing some research. What does these people use? What does these people eat? And we try to use that one as advantage to lift our economy as a nation, because it is so unfortunate that most of the times these white nations, they have come in our nations they tend to be smarter than us. So instead of us taking from them, they take from us and they shift back to where they come from. And that's one thing we have been losing. African, we have been losing opportunity for that. That we have even people in the government who does not use their brain, who does not use opportunities like this to develop the economy of the nation of Kenya. These people, they should be utilized up to the last point, that they realize that, oh, we thought we are smarter. But this, let us challenge these people. This time around, I hope they are wise and alert men and women who are ready to offer themselves to challenge these men, that the first time these people came in our nation, they took when they took from us. And that is a mindset that we should develop. Because we can see the tendency of these people now. There was a time that we African, we had so much migrations from our nation to the white land. But I can see the tendency, like now there is change of hands. Now the white man is moving from his land back to the colonized land or colonized nations, because some of these nations like Kenya, they have developed. Now it is our time to see that the second time they are settling, they are not going to rob from us, but it is us we are going to take, to make sure that everything they came with, that they have left it for us. That is the kind of deal I would love people to think of. Don't just stay in your own house, a full landlord like myself, doing nothing. This is not the days that women, they circle themselves aloud, or they take their smartphone and they start calling aloud and gossiping. One thing, I enjoy me being a saint, because in the rest, gossip is out. So if you are calling me to tell me something which is very relevant. And when you see me ignoring your phones always, it's because your phone does not add any value to me. Because you may call me to tell me a lot of nonsense, things that they are not building me, they are not building anyone. And that time, I could be online doing business. I could be somewhere. I could be around my house doing my business, my other things. And then you want me to start, you are calling me to tell me things that are not even building me. They are adding stress. No. That is not 2025 woman. If somebody is you know, one thing, may I always tell you things that I have learned. Because I have lived in these nations, and there are things that I have changed completely. Before, I did not understand why my husband was like. Me, I was always in the phone. 24/7. Even sometimes he could complain. And I was like, I was not getting it. But I think he was kind of understanding more than I could. Then with the time, but then I was just above 20. And with the time I've realized this man was like, your phone, this is not something, I was misusing phones. I was even wasting time. I wasted so many years with talking nonsense, talking with the people that does not add the value in my life, instead of concentrating on things that could have helped me. So I can't like where I am today. Those years I wasted with gossip, maybe they are 2 years, 2 mature years, that I have had maybe took a career to add me more knowledge, or do some research, or even get contact with the people who are using their minds, who are very sober in mind. Because that is one character of God. God is very sober in mind. And that's why he told us in 1 Peter 5:8 that we should be sober and alert in our minds. Because the devil is always roaming like a lion, looking for somebody to devour. You never see the devil in his little sense in your house. But devil use people, use things. So there are people that they are there, they are just time wasters. When some people, they are just not busy, they just pick their phone and they want to waste your day and you are busy. The good thing is to ignore. Ignore. And when somebody ignore you, please, don't create grudge and enmity for that people, for that person. Just try to understand that person. Because there's different season and different times. Maybe you are fixing your life, and that person is in his way to fix his life, and he didn't time. And you are here, there, gossiping, information, and that is irrelevant to that person at that moment. It is very good to try to understand. I thought about the one thing. Grasses, they don't like hot things. So I wanted to put my Jewish dialect here, but I've changed my mind. That I am going to sing. I'm going to leave that Jewish the way it is. And I take this pot here. Because soon I'll be leaving this house. I'm picking my son because they're going to swimming classes, and today is like the government is not offering, the school is not offering transport. So I have to lash him to the swimming hall. So as I wait for this juice to learn, yeah. So I'll leave this juice here to learn. As it learns, I go do some 1, 2, 3 things. Then I come back. I think what I can do, I can try to do like this, to hang this so that the juice can run. Apple juice does not, melon juice does not have a lot of color, even the one that you buy at the shop. So the full complete of this video after the result, and we are going to pour it on that place. As usual, it will come on YouTube. That's why it is very good. If you want to see the result of everything I'll be making, you not only follow me on Facebook, but you follow me on YouTube, because that is where I always put the final result on. Thanks for watching. But that's how you make pears juice. Make sure that you share, and I'm so glad that